we like to say. But to their bad ways we were blind. They were not born that way. So what's wrong with Caribbean youth? That's the modern cry. But we chased our own selfish pursuits and didn't cast an eye. It takes a village to raise a child, the African proverb says. But with trinkets, we just spoil them for days and months and years. A child don't need gifts and presents, just a love, attention and presence. That is why the next African proverb wants, it wants. A child who's not embraced by the village will learn to wreck, to loot and to pillage, and will burn it down just to feel its warmth. Yes, the child ignored by the village will turn out hateful and damaged, and will burn it down just to feel its warmth. So when you see them acting strange and hostile, if you want to bring them tame and docile, to remove the hate, the anger and bile, before the name end up on the police file, remember.
And that was Fire Empress with a very powerful track there, The Price of Neglect.
Listen all day, every day on your favorite streaming platform. The clean, fresh sound. Activated Mornings on WEFM 99.9 is on now.
All right, so we are back with you for another segment. What are you laughing for? Segment of this morning's Activated Mornings program.
It's just that, earlier I was talking about, I saw this fine specimen, and I just opened a news site, and the first news I see is from that country. So I just, my mind just,
It sides. The things we grab at to say that there are signs, it's signs, right? All right, so we are back with you for another Activated Mornings program. You have in studio Dianna Cain and myself, Roleza Samuel. Dianna, you didn't actually give us an answer to nobody responded yesterday.
Oh, not at all. Boat can't sail pan land.
Oh Lord, yes. I good no.
Okay, lovely. So it was both can't sail pan land, and that means when somebody is eating, they need something to drink with it. Yeah. They mean that when somebody say boat can't sail pan land, they mean if they give them something to eat, they want something to drink too.
I would have never thought that was what I meant.
know, right? It's so far, but this one is even further. So this one I had never heard before, so I want to see if anybody knows this one. What does it mean when we say "Gang go break Cain Egypt"? So if I say Roleza gan go break Cain Egypt, what does that mean? I had never heard this before.
Wait, hold on. Say it again. Let me try.
In English, in standard English, she's gone to break corn in Egypt. To break as in corn, in Egypt. Yes, in Egypt. Which is, I really would like to know the origin of this particular saying, because the meaning is crazy. She gone go break corn at Egypt. Anybody ever heard that before? And what does it mean?
Girl, nobody answer. Come tell the answer one time.
It's so I'm not giving them a chance. You never know.
All right, till the end of the segment. Till the end of the segment.
Till the end of the segment, I go give Ella the answer if nobody.
All right. Yeah. That's interesting. And then, sometimes, the older folks will say these things. They will drop these things. And, they say it to try to tell you a message. Yes. But if you don't explain it, then the message would be lost because we can't figure it out. Right? We can't figure it out. All right. So yesterday we made mention of 40 Vincentian naval officers who are here for our 45th independence anniversary celebrations. And yesterday we mentioned that they will be, apart from seeing family and friends or returning for a visit, they will be doing conducting several initiatives or activities, one of which would be to go to different institutions. So reading this from one New St. Vincent, It states that a contingent of officers from the British Royal Navy visited the Division of Technical and Vocational Education, DTVE, of the community college on the 22nd of October, which was yesterday, right? Though the visit was not a recruitment drive, the officers shared information with the students and encouraged them to consider careers in the Royal Navy. 40 sailors are here in SVG for what the Royal Navy has described on its website as an emotional 10-day thank you for its SVG's continued support for the Royal Navy. As part of their visit, they toured educational institutions across the country, one of which was the SVG Community College DTVE campus at Anna's Vale. All right. The officers told the DTVE students there are opportunities for those in culinary arts, engineering, computer science and technology, and business-related areas. They also said enlisted people can also do their bachelor's and master's degree in the Navy institutions, which is an opportunity for students who might not otherwise be able to afford to pursue their studies. All right, so we could leave it there. All right. I was quite happy to see this, and I'm happy to see out of school very shortly, right? But not targeting, because they said it was not a recruitment drive, right? But they visited students so that these students can get an idea of maybe what career path they can choose. Yeah. One of the things that many persons have capitalized on is the offering of the free education from being enlisted within the military services in the UK, whether it's the Army, Navy, what's the other one? Army, Navy,
probably
and
Marines.
Is Marines?
I know there's Marines.
Army, Navy, and something. All right.
I don't know which is which.
Right.
But,
you know, so for those persons who might not know how it is, let's say they're going to pursue their further their education. Maybe they don't necessarily want to do it here in the Caribbean. Maybe they don't necessarily want to take out, let's say, a student loan, or may not want to go through the process of applying for scholarships because you just never know if they may not get through for whatever reason. It might take time for them to get through, right? Going into the Navy or into the military services is one way for persons to not only get hands-on work experience, but also to be able to gain an education, you know? So I am happy that they did this, and at least it's given them, the students, some food for thought in terms of where they can go in terms of their future pursuits.
Yeah.
Right. So Evan is saying it's Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines. Okay, right. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, Evan.
So let me see. Somebody was trying to answer. I know your answer is incorrect. You're going to gossip people business. That is not what it means. As it relates to the Navy, it's good. I have two minds about the Navy, the Marines, any of those armed and whatever things, right?
Let me hear Miss Colonial.
I don't feel like I want to give.
Let me hear Miss Colonial, because is that?
No, it's not about colonization. This one, it's just killing for the rich man and doing the rich man's bidding while they're safe and sound wherever they are. I have issues with that, but I like that they get the opportunity to study. They could further their studies once they're there. So once they join those services, there are a lot of opportunities that they can get. And I like that for them. I know that there are several fields that you can go into. As mentioned, you could be a cook or whatever else they have doing other than the other stuff. But yeah, that's the part that I'm happy for them.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you know that, so persons have been joining the Navy for maybe close to 20 plus years, right? And many of them have been able to advance themselves way further than they would have had they stayed here in SVG, right? So sometimes we also have to look at things from that angle. Now, yes, I understand where you're coming from in terms of, I remember there's a friend of mine who at the time was in the Navy, and when, what was it? Something had happened where I thought war was going to break out and they're going to send the British forces. Is the war that happened, which one was that? Anyways, so I went into a panic because, I'm there saying that the first set of people that they will probably send is, those from the Caribbean, those from SVG who have joined, but thankfully that didn't really escalate in the way in which I thought it was going to escalate. But the thing of it is that, I mean, one of the things that happens too is that after a certain amount of years, I'm not sure if it's 10 years, then they can apply for citizenship in the UK. So many of them actually hold dual citizenship, or, well, probably more than one, but at least Vincy and British citizenship, So while it is that, yes, I know some persons who focus on the whole colonial history, and part of what you said in terms of fighting somebody else's war, but you didn't say our colonizers was or potential
no,
was.
Anybody at all.
Right.
I have issues with all the wars because I just think it is so unfair to see that these rich men, just because they can, because they have the power, they will just start a war somewhere that they're not fighting and dying in. When I look at the news all the time and I see these things going on over there, people running from war, people dying and crying, I am so upset because this is not their war. And to see people, you're sending, I watched Putin the other day doing an interview. I said, but look at he alive and well. He going doing safe and song, going around doing interview, and people out there fighting and dying in his war, innocent people as well as their soldiers that they send to do their bidding. I have an issue with those things.
Yeah.
But
I get you, and
everybody, I'm not. Everybody can do what they want. I have no problem with people doing what they want to do.
Yeah, well, I mean, I suppose it's maybe just for us to hope that things don't escalate to the point where the British are sent, or those in the British military are sent to have to. I mean, they have been sent before, but I've never heard of anybody dying as a result of being severely injured, right? So I don't know. I don't know of any, right? Something I was going to say, and now it gone straight out my head. I can't remember, folks.
Kevin, yes, the interview was yesterday. You can probably rewatch it.
Yeah, it's on on WEFM's Facebook page. So yes. But yeah, sometimes we just have to take advantage of the opportunities as they arise. We know the thoughts or some perceptions of persons are not able to advance as quickly here. One of the things that we always love to talk about here is how much money is being remitted to our country, things like VAT and other tap into those to remittances and, persons' economic and even physical I'm probably hungry. Hold on. Let me think of what you want. You get to improve the circumstances of your life. All right. So through those efforts with persons sending back home money, etc., they're able to help their family and friends, etc. Well, family, right? So advance themselves. Yeah. So, all right. Let's take it quickly. Hi, Joshua. Morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Dianna,
hi.
This is one of the many things I like about you. You shoot from the hip. You mind if I ask a very personal question?
That could be anything. Go ahead.
Okay. What month were you born?
February. We're the same month, Joshua.
I forgot that.
Yes.
I love the days of King David. When kings used to go to war, when they make war, they used to go to war. Unfortunately, David was webbing one morning. Do you know what webbing is?
No.
Was he what? What you
webbing?
said?
He was webbing.
He was webbing.
Oh, no.
He was supposed to go to war, but he stayed home and he was spying on a woman.
I know that. When he saw the woman and fell in love and then put the man in the front of the war so he could get the woman. Yes, yes.
I love those days when kings went to war. Today, I frown on every country that goes to war. Camilla, whatever the woman name, Camilla and Biden and Trump.
You mean Miss Harris?
They stay home.
Joshua?
They stay home. Whatever her name is, right? They stay home and send innocent people out there to die.
Correct,
I don't support any war. When they start going to war, when King Henry, what the King of England name?
Charles.
The current one?
King Charles. Charles, when those guys start to go to war, then I would say to my grandson, my granddaughter, go out there and help them kill. But they're at home, Dianna, you're right. They're at home in comfort and send our innocent sons and daughters to die for a war that they did not start.
Yep.
So I never ever support any of that stuff. And if you ever get the chance, Listen to the entire God Save the Queen anthem. Listen to the words carefully. And there's another one that says, rule Britannia. Listen carefully. And we stand at attention when they're playing this God Save the Queen. Listen to those words carefully. Anyway, I love you guys, Dianna, Roleza, and Anita, Dave, and all others. Any name that I forget, I love all of you guys. Have a great day.
All right, you too, Joshua. Thanks. All right, the point I was going to make is that even the military services have a problem recruiting their own in the country. So yeah, that was the point I was going to make. All right, so Dianna, you would answer that question in the next segment. All right, because as the time is SVG, it is 8:02, and our time check came to you with the compliments of New Haven Funeral Home.
Death is a fact of